Welcome back to Seiko Steve's channel. What have we got for you today? I once said I don't do unboxing videos, and I really want to maintain that situation because it's been done to death. But this has just arrived in the post, which I thought was quite unusual, being though it's a Sunday. Anyway, new watch day. Much to my newfound love for the Seiko 5, or the new Seiko 5KX line, and more specifically the SSK GMT, I've started to create a sub-collection within my main Seiko watch collection. Anyway, sourcing this one from a very reputable grey market Seiko dealer with great customer reviews, I thought it'd be nice to share the first time me seeing this watch in the metal. This being model reference SSK001K1 with a caliber 4R34 movement. Now it's interesting to note that I've seen videos on YouTube discussing the legitimacy for these Seiko 5 watches, and indeed whether they're counterfeit or fake. Now my philosophy on this is there's very stringent import processes in place to capture any counterfeit goods coming into the UK at the borders. So anyone wishing to import fake goods into the UK are taking a massive risk, especially if they're a prominent online retailer. Now it's interesting to note, some people have said if your Seiko arrives fully wrapped like this one does, and also with a silica gel bag inside the box, that it's counterfeit. Now I disagree with that statement, because this watch I know is sourced through legitimate channels, and as stated in the back of the manual is the card depicting this from Seiko Watches USA. So this is how US or federal specification Seiko 5s arrive. Also bearing in mind that Seiko have factories throughout Asia, and there'll always be very minor differences to the watches produced in their various production facilities, all to the same standard, but there'll be very slight variances. So I'm more than happy and more than satisfied that this is a legitimate Seiko watch. And what a handsome watch it is too. Two-tone bezel with the day proportion in a very deep grey that catches the light in various angles, if that's coming through on the camera or not, and the upper half being in black. Hardlex crystals, Hardlex bezel insert and a Hardlex exhibition case back. What a very nice watch. Now in the UK these retail for £420, but this, including next day shipping, cost me less than 260. Now I think that's an incredible amount of watch for that sort of money. Excellent finishing, usual Seiko solidity, reliability. This is the 4th SSK I've got in the model line, all of which are proving to be extremely accurate for a 4R caliber movement. No misalignment issues I can find anywhere. Chaptering, indices, even the hands fully align. Although I've not tested this one yet, I expect it will be the same. A date magnifier at 3 o'clock, which I actually quite like. Excellent luminescence. A beautifully executed Rolex style. I don't think I can say the actual usual known design of bracelet, because it's of course of Rolex copyright, but solid links, solid end links, a nicely finished clasp, which is stamped. However, I have no issue with that whatsoever. Never had one fail on me. Very comfortable on the wrist, easy to use, secure. 4 points of micro adjust to get that perfect fit. Very easily adjustable bracelet. Rather than pin and collars, these Seiko 5 sports models have just friction pins, which is very easy to remove. So it's very, very easy to size the bracelet. All in all, a magnificent watch. Being though it's a start, you know, the bottom tier of Seiko Sports. Below this there is the Seiko Essentials line, which are more your shopping mall, high street, jeweler brand watches. Of course, these are available on the high street too. But if you're new to watches, certainly mechanical watches, which I love the romance of compared to quartz and quartz accuracy, I'd much sooner have the romance of a mechanical watch. And if you're just starting out on your collection journey, or certainly just getting into Seiko, I can't recommend these watches highly enough. Even my colleague at work was very impressed with the blueberry version I had of this watch, and he subsequently bought the green one, which I also own. It's fantastic. Anyway, that's enough from me. My new GMT, which I hasten to add, is a complication I have no use for and no need for, but it's nice to have. It's purely for the aesthetics this watch gives me. Pure Seiko design language, very reminiscent of the universally loved SKX, of course, but far better executed. Hacking movement, hand winding movement, 24 jewels, I believe they are. 41 hours of power reserve, 21,600 vibrations per hour. Excellent Lumi Bright and the hands and indices. Metal framed indices, highly polished. Bi-directional friction bezel for the GMT, so you can genuinely track 2 if not 3 time zones with this watch. Exhibition case back. The movements machine finished, of course, machine assembled, but you can guarantee it'll run for decades without intervention, without servicing, and prove to be a reliable, good-looking timekeeper for your wrist. Really, what's not to like? Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little presentation. Just a slight aside from my evolution of the Marine Master series of videos. Thought this would just be a nice little change of subject, although subject on the theme of Seiko, of course. I won't bore you all with taking off all the wrapping and sizing the bracelet, etc. But what I will do at some point is I'll do a lineup comparison video. Now I've got 4 of these SSKs, just to show what you get within the various models. I've also got quite a substantial collection of the non-GMT versions of the 5KXs too now. I think up to 5 or 6. So again, these will be a nice little model collection to present in a later video for you. Anyway, please enjoy your Seikos, and remember, above all, these are just watches. But a healthy interest and a healthy hobby nonetheless. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.